Hey, our Dave Stout had a chance to talk with country singer Suzy Bogguss about her show on December the 13th at the Ben Theater in West Bend. We'll have that for you coming up on WTKM.
If you know any of these songs... then you know our next guest on the WTKM Open Line program. We're pleased to welcome to the show Suzy Bogguss, who's appearing at the Ben Theater in West Bend on December 13th at 7:30 p.m., who will be performing her A Swingin' Little Christmas Show. Pleased to welcome to the program Suzy Bogguss. Hi, Suzy.
Hi there. How's it going?
It's going great. First of all, congratulations on the Grand Ole Opry induction. How did that feel?
Oh, my gosh. It felt very surprising because I wasn't expecting it at all, but it was really great, honestly. I'm so excited, to be a member of the Opry is going to be, a pinnacle for me.
How did that go? Explain to us how they work. I know Kathy Mattea was probably part of that somehow, too, right?
Yes, it's it's good to know that your girlfriends can keep a secret, but Lord, so the way it went down was that Kathy was being inducted, and so Tricia Yearwood and Terry Clark and I were going to back her up for her big song, 18 Wheels and a Dozen Roses. So I was there to support my bestie, and so excited to get to sing with my girlfriends. And I don't know, I was just kind of already on cloud nine. And then I stepped out on the stage to sing with her, and she stops her song mid-song and invites me to be a member of the Opry, which has never been done there before. They've never had the person who was actually being inducted on that day to invite the next person who's going to be inducted. So yeah, needless to say, I was pretty flabbergasted, and I might have had some ugly cry moments.
Did you ever think, Suzy, that growing up in the shadow of the Quad Cities, you'd be standing on the Grand Ole Opry stage getting inducted?
No, I really didn't. I mean, I remember when the first time I played there was 1989, and I remember thinking at some point, when things slow down for me and it's not so crazy, it would be really fun to be able to have this place to kind of have the fellowship of the music and just, share with a lot of friends that have had common background. And so now I'm there, and it's pretty kind of cool,
Yeah, it really is. It's a terrific honor, and you are amongst a really elite group of people that are in Loretta, and a lot of women known by their first name that are in there. And I told Kathy Mattea a couple weeks ago when I talked to her before she came into town, I said, that is just you're standing on the shoulders of some super elite women that are members of that, and you're in that group too now. Congratulations. That's great.
Oh, it's an amazing feeling. And when we were doing Kathy's induction, Tricia Yearwood just kept saying, "We're going to be the grand dames of the Opry, We're all going to be hanging out here, riding on our rascals out onto the stage. Have somebody hand us our guitar. So it's going to be a lot of fun."
Great honor. Growing up, influences for you? Would Emmy Lou and Bonnie Raitt and any of those women, Trailblazers, Dolly, any of those have an influence on you? And
definitely. All of them. I got to know Emmy Lou's music when I was in college, and I just really was absolutely fanatic about it. And then I think that Emmy and even Reva, some of those folks are the reason that I ended up choosing this as my livelihood, because I graduated college with an art degree, and I was going to be a metalsmith and make jewelry and silver and gold stuff. And once I kind of got out on the road and started just booking myself here and there, I realized that that this was really my true love. So, and I really think that all those songs that I learned by those folks when I first started out kind of helped me to develop my own style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and one of the things that really makes an artist, I think, is two things that actually make an artist is, number one, the musicians that play with that artist on their records. When they do it, they have to have good musicians, but they got to have a great song too.
That's so true. I was lucky. I got signed to Capitol on sort of what they used to call a developmental deal, and I don't think that young artists get that chance to do that anymore. I mean, initially we would just put out a single and see how it did. It was kind of, if the spaghetti sticks to the wall, then, we know we're on the right track. But it took quite a while, probably at least 3 or 4 singles for me to break through. And then a Merle Haggard song came through called Somewhere Between. And in some areas, that song went to number 1. So it really kind of sealed the deal for me at Capitol. And then that was my first album, was titled after that single.
And, of course, some great songs, Drive South, Letting Go, Cinderella, some great songs that you've had in your career through the years. Tell us about your Christmas tour now. You're coming here to the Bend on December 13th in West Bend. Tell us a little bit about what do we expect on that show, Suzy?
Well, I grew up in the church choir, started singing solos when I was 5. So I really, really love Christmas time. I really love Christmas music. And my mother was a big band era fan, so I had the Christmas records that were around our house were like Bing Crosby and Doris Day and things like that. So I kind of decided that I wanted to do versions of those old swing songs, and our show is very light and happy and very celebratory. Because I just have always been drawn to that style of music. So it's, I will do some hits in there, and there will be some country flavor. I'm definitely going to do some Merle and, and some of the hits I had for the radio. But we do a kind of a nostalgic, kind of very upbeat, fun show. And I hope that folks will come out. It's a great all ages kind of show. We have a drummer, but he just plays brushes on a snare. It's very quiet. So if you want to bring Grandma out, she normally wouldn't like a show, like at an arena or sort of thing. This is a small theater, beautiful kind of situation where there'll be lots of hootenanny singing along, and I just like to go around and we all just spread joy together, and it's fun. I just hope that everybody's getting ready for a lovely season. It's a time that we're all full of hope, and beautiful things are around to look at. Even though the leaves might be gone, at least we have twinkle lights. I mean, it could be worse. I guess that's the main thing, is I just want folks to know that we're coming to spread joy.
Suzy, we really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you on December 13th at the Bend Theater in West Bend.
Great. Thank you so much for helping me get the word out.
Tickets to see Suzy Bogguss are available at thebendwi.org. You will see Suzy December 13th at 7:30 p.m. for her A Swingin' Christmas holiday show. Now here's one of Suzy's big hits. It's called Drive South on WTKM.